and $81 million annually on current and new programs to address homelessness, behavioral health, and substance abuse crises. Valenzuela says, however, substance abuse programs are waitlisted, and the county and city must take more aggressive action together to scale up services. And as you may know, a revitalization effort is ongoing along the Broadway corridor. The executive director of the Broadway Partnership sent us a statement saying Starbucks and Jamba Juice leaving is just another example of what is happening all over the city. This is why the city's and county's recent actions to enforce sidewalk camping limits and the passage of Measure O is important to business owners, their employees, and customers. Measure O will appear on the November ballot, and it aims to allow city officials to clear encampments of 4 or more people, regardless of if there is a shelter for them to go to. Opponents of Measure O say it's cruel and unconstitutional.
We bring in now meteorologist Carly Gomez as we head into the final weekend of August, and you are tracking a cool down, but it's not going to last.
Not long lived. Yes, we're looking at a cool down headed our way this weekend, and it will be so nice for so many people to get just a little bit more relief. We're still in the summer months. We still have one more month to go, and right now in the Gilmore backyard, a pretty nice, pleasant evening as we are looking at temperatures in the low 70s for Sacramento, mid 70s there in Stockton, with mid to upper 70s in Modesto. Tahoe looking at 54 degrees. Now, we are looking at also some mostly clear skies in the area. We do have a few clouds just offshore. Otherwise, any kind of monsoonal moisture has shifted to the east, and the winds here have started to slow down about 5 to 10 miles per hour earlier, looking about 15-mile-per-hour winds through the Delta. Now, as we take a look at what we can expect tomorrow, maybe you have plans to head out, maybe go some cycling, get some walking in on those canals or some of the river trails here. We are looking at early morning, midday, even looking really good there. But by the afternoon hours, we're looking at the moderate zone, but at least we're not looking at extreme heat out there. Temperatures in the upper 80s tomorrow in your overnight hours. We will see temperatures dropping as low as those upper 50s overnight into the early morning hours. And then check this out, upper 80s tomorrow in the valley with low 90s even in the foothills. If you're headed toward the Bay Area, you're seeing right around 67 degrees. Looking beautiful. We'll bring you some more updates in our full weather forecast.
All right, Carly, thank you. Tonight is exactly a year since the deadly suicide bombing at the Kabul airport during the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan. It killed more than 180 people. 13 of those were American service members. And one of those victims was a local hero, Marine Sergeant Nicole G. Tonight, Folsom honored her and the 12 others who died 1 year ago today. ABC 10's Lou Clary explains.
13 names.
Lance Corporal Jared Schmidt.
Read aloud.
St. Charles, Missouri.
In a somber moment of reflection.
To take a second and think about the sacrifice that these young Americans made on the behalf of the rest of us.
Warfighter Overwatch Chairman Danny O'Neill says the families who lost loved ones on this day 1 year ago face a lifelong grieving process.
Marine Corps Sergeant Nicole G.
Her family does not get a day off from that. There's no time where they feel that void has been filled, where it's okay.
But moments like this prove they won't be grieving alone.
The last thing military members ever want to do is sacrifice their life for our country and be forgotten.
U.S. Volunteers Major General Robert Hipwell served overseas in 7 combat tours. In his most recent mission, joining hundreds of others to help bring Sergeant G to her final resting place.
I was so happy to see the community out in Orangeville on the streets, 3 or 4 deep, with flags and roses.
Here I am. I get choked up a little bit about it.
And then there's the Marine Corps Mama, writing a letter to the families of all 13 fallen members.
Well, I want them to know that as a nation we grieve, and that as a sister military mama, I will never take another hug, another moment that I get to have with my boy for granted.
For those who lost someone on that day in Kabul, moments like this show they're not alone.
And don't forget, Folsom Marine Sergeant Tyler Vargas Andrews was also badly injured in the attack. He lost an arm and a leg, but as you can see there, he is now back home. And we want to say thank you to all of our heroes for their service.
Former Stockton Unified School District Superintendent John Ramirez was arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence Thursday night. Stockton police say Ramirez blew a .225% BAC, about 3 times the legal limit. Ramirez stepped down from the position back in June.
Next on Late News Tonight at 11.
One family still reeling after a near tragedy happened right outside their home. The whole incident caught on their front door camera.
And crime on the rise. The state has just released the number of homicides over the last year.
A scary scene at Six Flags when a wooden roller coaster caused a handful of parked guests to head to the hospital. We're back with your top 10 headlines in just 60 seconds.
What is it that you do for people that they can't get on their phones first thing in the morning?
You try and go beyond the app right away because that's really what people want to know.
It's that personal connection that we all think is really important, and I think that's what makes the difference.
I think the trick with weather is that people just want to know what's going to happen. I try to answer the unasked question. That way, people are going to have a better day. Every 10 minutes, weather and traffic, that's what you're going to get from us.
Heavy-duty pulling power to conquer the high road or the off-road. The GMC Sierra Heavy Duty, premium and capable. Sierra Heavy Duty models are arriving weekly at your local GMC dealers. Available for immediate delivery with 0% financing.
A 6-year-old girl from Ohio still reeling after an attempted abduction. The whole incident caught on the family's Ring camera. Her parents say if she hadn't screamed and shook her attacker off, he could have gotten away with it. The young girl's father acted quickly, following the man with his car, eventually leading to the attempted kidnapper's arrest.
The governor says the state and Caltrans have cleared more than 1,200 homeless encampments over the last year. 40 of those camps were in Sacramento County.
Today, a large number of California farm workers finished their march through the Central Valley to the state capitol. They're asking the governor to sign off on them doing their union election by mail or by drop box. Most other federally protected unions have that right.
Delta College opened its new health center today. The clinic is set to provide non-emergency dental and behavioral health care to the school's more than 20,000 students and their dependents. They plan to serve people who are uninsured and underinsured.
California Attorney General Rob Bonta says homicides were up about 7% in 2021 compared to the year before. There were 2,361 reported killings across the state last year. Kern and Merced counties had the higher per capita rates, while Placer and Marin County had some of the lowest.
Voters in November will have a chance to vote on the California Supreme Court's 29th Chief Justice. Patricia Guerrero was confirmed to the court in March. If approved, she'd be the state's first Latina Chief Justice.
There have been 116 monkeypox cases confirmed in Sacramento County. It sits at 9th among counties in the state. San Joaquin has reported 15 cases and Stanislaus has reported 12.
13 people are recovering after a wooden roller coaster accident at Six Flags theme park in New Jersey. People at the park say they heard a loud bang and saw the roller coaster car lurch. All riders were able to exit the car, but 5 of the injured were taken to the hospital for more treatment.
Nearly 1,000 people have died since mid-June in Pakistan because of extreme flooding, according to the country's climate change minister. At least 33 million people have been impacted by the flooding. About 300 of those killed were children.
And if you're headed to Burning Man this weekend, California Highway Patrol wants to remind you to make sure all of the decorations on your creative contraptions are secured and do not end up on the roadside. CHP also says to bring a spare tire and to top off your car fluids.
And those are your top 10 headlines in just 2 minutes. Coming up on the next 15 minutes of Late News Tonight.
All I know is somebody knows something. Somebody heard or saw something.
A murder mystery in Stockton. A husband and father pleading for answers in the shooting death of his wife.
A cool weekend ahead, but everything changes next week. How hot temperatures are expected to get.
Plus, Moderna taking Pfizer to court, saying Pfizer stole their vaccine technology. Pfizer striking back. They say the suit isn't about ideas, it's about money. That story when we return in 90 seconds.
24 years on the road. 4 years on the road. Our performance is meant to be driven, accurate precision certified.
Visit your Northern California Acura dealer for attractive offers on a certified pre-owned vehicle.
Here at City of Refuge, we house up to 26 families. We reduce homelessness, address mental health, provide spaces for addiction to be broken, create spaces of healing and restoration. For the first time ever, Prop 27 will provide permanent funding for organizations like ours. Saying yes to Prop 27 means more people get the assistance that they need. They get someone to partner in such a way to see transformation come to them. Yes, on Prop 27, because there's no place like home.
Here sits the McDonald's hash brown, the side that makes every breakfast sandwich better. Let's all be more like the hash brown.
Mix and match a sausage McMuffin, hash browns, or a sausage burrito, any two for just $3.99.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Braddington Young, Caracol, and Durham Custom Bedrooms.
Plus additional savings on Stickley and American leather sleepers, all under the big red awnings.
Meet Acura's heroes of performance. Only available at the Acura Summer of Performance. This summer, visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
ABC 10, we stand for you.
There'll be several checkpoints. There's going to be a lot of additional patrols out.
In just a matter of hours now, Mothers Against Drunk Driving will team up with area law enforcement to tackle DUIs. Victims plan to take to the streets with officers for a major Saturation Saturday event.
You really have a really good chance of getting pulled over if you're not driving sober on Saturday night.
According to MAD, a drunk driver will drive impaired 80 times before being caught once. And so this weekend, law enforcement agencies from across the area will also launch the Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign.
This last week of summer is just like people are crazy out on the road. So it's where we work with law enforcement to try to remind people why they should not be out on the road after they've been drinking.
22 law enforcement agencies from across the region will be on the lookout for people driving impaired. It all comes as MAD says in 2021, more than 12,000 people were killed in alcohol-related crashes.
And we've had the biggest year of deaths since 2007. So the more we can work with law enforcement, the more enforcement we have, the fewer people who are going to be impacted through injury or death by a drunk or a drugged driver.
When you consider that 1 in 3 people will be involved in a drunk driving crash in their lifetime, and that every day in America 32 people die as a result of drunk driving crashes, MAD says their partnership with law enforcement is critical to getting drunk drivers off the streets.
They would rather pull you over than find you on the road hurt or dead, or that you've hurt somebody's family.
The Saturation Saturday event is all day tomorrow. We're told state parks plan to also have their marine unit out during the day as well.
It's been 1 year since a Stockton mother was mysteriously shot and killed, and as of now, there have been no arrests and no suspects.
Until tonight, her husband is speaking out for the first time. Kurt Rivera has the story you'll see only on ABC 10.
Tanya, she had a great heart. I mean, she put everybody else above herself.
Tanya Wales was a mother of 3 and a wife living a comfortable life in Lodi. Her husband, who wanted his identity concealed, said she was a giver.
She just tried to help people. She helped her friends. I heard from many friends that told me that she helped them a lot.
The shooting happened on a Wednesday morning around 6:30 at this apartment complex behind me off East Hammer Lane in Stockton. Tanya was sitting in a car when she was shot and killed. It also happened to be her birthday. Stockton police have put out very little as to what they know happened to the 38-year-old who grew up in the East Bay. Married 12 years, her husband says he has no idea why she would have been at the apartment complex.
All I know is somebody knows something. Somebody heard or saw something.
The family enjoyed taking trips to Disneyland and Disney World. He says his kids have taken their mother's loss very hard. He has a message for whoever holds the tip that can give his family justice.
For my kids, just speak up, say something for them.
Indeed, it just breaks your heart. We do want to try and help him. If you know anything about the Tanya Wells case, call Stockton Crime Stoppers at 209-946-0600. You could qualify for a cash reward if your tip leads to an arrest. Well, let's bring in Carly now. The weekend is here, Carly,
Oh, yes.
and you got some good news for us too, huh?
Some very good news. We are looking at cool temperatures well below average. The average is usually 93, 92 this time of year. We're looking at upper 80s. So
I like the sound
enjoy
of
that
that.
while in here because unfortunately, I have to be the bearer of bad news as well. It's not going to last too much longer. All right, today 95 degrees for the high, 91 the average, the record 105, but we did see some cooler, I'd say average temperatures for some spots this time of year, like Fairfield at 92, Jackson 92, 91 in Placerville, but further north and south, like the San Joaquin Valley, 97 in Stockton, 98 Marysville, 99 in Oroville, so pretty hot out there, but we are seeing weekend cooling happening, and then we do have a Sierra fire watch. Due to the cooling, that's also going to increase some of our wind speeds for the high Sierra areas, and then we'll see drastic warming into next week. Now, as we take a look at our jet stream, you can see just a bit of a dip here just over the Pacific, and that's going to start bringing in some cooler air and also a bit of wind. Now, we will see at least some pressure gradients coming in from the desert southwest along with that little dip there. That's going to increase some of the speeds for the higher elevations through the Sierra as we start moving through tomorrow. So this is a Saturday event that'll happen Saturday afternoon through Saturday night, 10 p.m. And you are seeing it just mostly over the Sierra Crest there into areas of Nevada and just north near Susanville. And we do have some areas again east. So we have seen a lifting of a red flag warning in the Alturas area, and now we're looking at more or less just that fire weather watch with the strong winds. Take a look at Saturday afternoon. You are seeing those strong winds and increasing a little further north there as you see some of that pickup happening. It's about 35-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and then the winds in the valley looking at 10 miles per hour, 15 through the Delta, and then we'll continue to see a little bit slower winds for a lot of spots, especially the foothills and the high Sierra Sunday. We still get that nice Delta breeze, but it is limited closer to the Delta spots and into the valley. We more or less see it around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Moving into Sunday and Monday, things do slow down a little more because of this. We start off Saturday right here in the yellow zone. That's moderate to good. And then as we start moving on from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, things start heating right back up into the mid to upper 90s, and we'll see even hotter temperatures to come. But first, let's check out our morning. You're going to start off your morning with temperatures right around these upper 50s. Nice cool start. And at 9 a.m. 64, 11 a.m. 74 degrees. So it's really taking its time to warm up out there, and we will see those temperatures reaching the upper 80s by the afternoon. Check out areas like Jackson at 88, 90 in Sonora, 91 in Ione, 82 in Truckee, 91 in Auburn, and then the high Sierra will see temperatures dropping off into the lower 80s for the weekend. If you have plans to head maybe toward Napa, you're looking at 73, 67 in San Francisco, Oakland at 69, 77 in Gilroy, mid to low 90s for the San Joaquin Valley. And let's take a look at that 10-day forecast here as we do see those upper 80s and low 90s for your weekend. We will see those mid 90s moving into next week with upper 90s by the midweek. Oh, it's going to be hot next weekend.
But we've got the Elk Grove Multicultural Festival coming up tomorrow. Looks like nice
Good
weather for it, huh?
temperatures, yeah.
Oh, you ordered that up just right, girl.
You know, I got you.
Everyone's
Thanks,
best
Carly.
friend. Yep, thanks. New reaction tonight on Moderna's lawsuit against Pfizer. Experts say this lawsuit won't impact anyone's ability to get a COVID-19 vaccine from either company, but rather what Moderna really wants is a cut of its competitors' profits. Moderna is suing Pfizer and its German partner BioNTech, accusing them of copying the mRNA technology behind the vaccines. Pfizer denies the claim. The lawsuit seeks an undetermined amount of money, but some experts say the lawsuit could signal Moderna is trying to control mRNA vaccine technology.
Some are arguing, at least in an emergency situation, we need to at least temporarily waive patent rights to get more shots in arms.
Pfizer says it was surprised by the lawsuit, adding its own vaccine was based on BioNTech's proprietary mRNA technology. Last year, Moderna and Pfizer reported $54 billion in COVID vaccine sales combined. Pfizer sold twice what Moderna did, making it the highest one-year total for a pharmaceutical product in history.
All right, hello there. I am Kevin John. Coming up in sports, hope you're ready for a full slate of high school football. Meantime, I'm going to have the cheerleaders from Franklin High School in Stockton take us to break.
We're the Lady Dragons and you're watching Friday Night Football at ABC 10.
Fight for the money you deserve. And if you don't win, you pay nothing.
It's a victory indeed. Take that, science.
Bite into the sourdough star, only at Carl's Jr.
A new Chevy is the smart way to hit the open road this summer. The smart way to road trip and seek new adventures. Go a little farther this summer in a new Chevy. Find new get up and go, find new roads. Enjoy the open road. Qualified lessees with a current eligible lease can get this Equinox for around $239 a month. Or well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing on all 2022 Equinox models when you purchase.
Serious injuries require a serious attorney. That's why more and more people choose Jacoby & Myers. We get insurance companies to pay up to 10 times more. That means more medical and financial assistance. Choose Jacoby & Myers.
Oh, hello there.
Bite into the sourdough star, only at Carl's Jr.
Your favorite stars are guest hosting Kimmel all summer long.
I'm not Jimmy Kimmel's guest host. Jimmy Kimmel is my guest host.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Welcome back. Happy Friday night to you. Are you ready for some football? Well, ready or not, the second week of the high school football season took center stage tonight, and it's only right we kick things off with our ABC 10 Pape Machinery game of the week, the Woodland Wolves against the Colfax Falcons. Great crowd on hand at Woodland High School. Now, the last time these two teams met was in the playoffs last year, where Woodland ended Colfax's season. So tonight, Colfax looking for the second quarter. Colfax ball, they're going deep. And like a good neighbor, Kenan Tomlin is there. Get used to hearing that name. We'll be saying it a lot. Colfax takes an early 6-0 lead, but Woodland would answer back with a nice touchdown of their own. Carter Emback drops an absolute dime to Isaiah Cardenas for the touchdown. Oh, he's clowning too. We have a 4-point game now, but in the fourth quarter, Colfax would put things away. Kenan Tomlin takes the handoff, and just like a kid running home to make curfew on a Friday night, Tomlin taking this one all the way to the house. And the Falcons, they get their redemption over the Wolves. Colfax wins this one 17-13. Oh, nice, sweet Caroline. The Folsom Bulldogs played host to the Sarah Pioneers out of San Mateo on the blue turf at Prairie City Stadium. This is at the very end of the first half. The Pioneers respond to Folsom's touchdown with this connection between quarterback Malaluaki Smith and receiver Jaden Weaver for 6. Fast forward to the fourth quarter, Sarah up 17-10. The Bulldogs force a huge turnover in great field position. Senior DJ Brown comes away with the loose ball. Minutes later, Folsom in the red zone looking to tie the game, but senior running back Donovan Maxey Parler coughs it up at the goal line. Huge stop for Sarah. With no timeouts remaining, Folsom could do little to stop the Pioneers from running out the clock. Words you won't hear me say often. Folsom loses. Final score, Sarah 17, Folsom 12. To Granite Bay High School now, where the Grizzlies made their 2022 home debut against the Davis Blue Devils. These fans definitely were hype in the parking lot. This is about an hour before kickoff, and it didn't take long to see why. Sophomore running back Carter Jackson showing off those young legs. Sorry, Miss Jackson. Woo-hoo. He takes this one to the house. That put the Grizzlies on the board. Later in the first quarter, freshman Isaiah Ine slips one through the Davis D line and finds pay dirt. Granite Bay had 3 rushing touchdowns first quarter alone. Early in the second, senior quarterback McCade Long decided he wanted to join the party, scrabbling for his own touchdown. Everything went the Grizzlies' way. Then some improving to 2-0 on the season with the emphatic 74-6 win. And over in Elk Grove on the campus of Monterey Trail, the Mustangs hosting the powerhouse De La Salle Spartans out of Concord. Oh, you gotta love the excited student section there. We'll pick this up in the third quarter. Mustangs trailing 22-7. But Dalen Ellis says, we ain't going out like no punks. Look at this run as he finesses his way down the sideline for 6. That would cut De La Salle's lead to 9. And so he possessed it for the Spartans. They're punting the ball. And watch Farafehi Puloka. He's gonna channel his inner Mutombo as he blocks the punt. He makes the house call. That makes it a 2-point game with 11 minutes to go in the fourth. Don't call it a comeback. Monterey Trail had the momentum, but De La Salle said, not tonight. The Spartans scored 14 unanswered to win this game. Mustangs fall to 0-2 on the season. Now moving right along, it was a special night for the Franklin Yellow Jackets in Stockton. Now after years of waiting, they finally had a chance to show off their brand new shiny stadium. To my hometown of Stockton we go. There's a nice look at the brand new stadium right there, and check this out. Before the game, dozens of alums from Franklin were honored on the field. Many former football players were there as well. Everyone from the class of 1970 all the way up to the class of 2022, and that right there is the cutest fan. Say hello to baby Brock. Oh, he's chilling. Here's a look at the Franklin Yellow Jackets taking the field for the first time in their brand new stadium. To the game, Franklin facing the Enterprise Hornets from Reading in the first quarter. Enterprise ball. Davion Welch takes the handoff, and this is called going 0 to 100 real quick. That will be the first touchdown scored in the new stadium. Overall, though, Chris and Laura, the night didn't go Franklin's way on the field. They got beat 54-0, but it was a historic win, or historic game for them anyway in that brand new stadium.
Holy smokes, I'm still getting over that high note that you did. Woo, you got it, dude. That energy.
You hit it too, girl.
I've been listening to Mariah Carey, so.
Tonight, right? Y'all stay with us. We are back right after this.
It only comes once a year, the spectacular Labor Day sales event at the Roseville Auto Mall. We've got thousands of vehicles to choose from, and they're all on sale. Every car, every truck, every SUV. Save on every make and model in stock. Plus, there's amazing financing and factory discounts. And we'll work with you to get the best price available. Test drive it today, save money on it today, and drive it home today. Don't miss out on the savings. It's the Labor Day sale at the Roseville Auto Mall. Driven to be the best.
Summer's in full swing. Remember, Smud's peak hours are 5 to 8 p.m. weekdays when electricity use is the highest. Shift some of your electricity usage to mid and off-peak hours when it costs less and renewable energy is plentiful. It's good for your bill, protects the environment, and helps our community too. Let's work together to save energy this summer. Learn more at smud.org/time of day.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway sales event. With new cars arriving daily, now's the time to get in and get away. Now, get 2.99% APR for 48 months on some of our most popular models. See your Sacramento area Hyundai dealer.
In the upper 50s, low 60s. Really, I'm putting us at fair tomorrow instead of poor because temperatures are looking well below average. We will see our weekend weather with upper 80s and low 90s Saturday and Sunday with sunshine. Another nice day Sunday and nice on Monday.
And lastly tonight, if you didn't know how zookeepers weigh a koala, well, this is how they do it.
Okay, take a look. Apparently koalas don't like to hold still, and the branch right there helps them relax, right? They're climbing on it. How cute.
He's looking back at them like, what's going on?
What's going on? He didn't even know he's getting weighed. Can we put that in some doctor's offices? And, you know, subtract.
Branch.
Yeah, exactly. I love it.
I'm going to go adopt a koala now.
I love
Right?
Yes.
Laura, your first week down.
Oh, amazing.
You'll
amazing.
come back next week, right?
Thank you, everyone.
Good night, y'all.
If you're happy and you know it, visit San Diego and feel free to really show it.
Owning a house is big. Bigger than loans and down payments. It's an oasis, a restaurant, a theater. It's home. At Golden One, we get it. Big or small, we work with you to reach your goals. And as a not-for-profit credit union, we'll help you find better loans and rates, so owning your home is more possible than ever. So join us. Let's make your dream home happen.
Come on, Brian.
Dad, look.
Brian, come on.
I'm Courtney.
I'm Brian.
Ready, Brian?
Summer won't last forever, but you can go out and make memories that will during Toyota's National Sales Event.
Experience the power of a Toyota truck and get low financing on the all-new Tundra and the legendary Tacoma. Toyota Safety Sense and Toyota Care come standard.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Young, Caracol, and Durham custom bedrooms.
Plus additional savings on Stickley and American leather sleepers, all under the big red awnings.
Everyone loves to be outside, and so do mosquitoes. Look around your yard and drain stagnant water from any containers where mosquitoes can breed. Remember to use an effective mosquito repellent and be sure screens are in good working condition. Visit us at fightthebite.net.
Millions of Californians breathe levels of pollution that could put their health at risk.
100% of California is now in a drought. Farmers in the state looking for a lifeline.
Life-threatening triple-digit temperatures are gripping much of the West.
A summer of flames and heartbreak, with fall ushering no end in sight.
From Hollywood, it's Jimmy Kimmel Live with guest host Nicole Byer. Tonight, Heidi Klum, Kirby Howell Baptiste, and music from 17 with Cleo and the Cletos. And now, Nicole Byer.
This is my second and final night hosting the show. I know, I'm sad to go, but you know what they say, don't cry because it's over, smile because now Jimmy owes you a huge favor. And Jimmy, ooh, baby, I'm gonna hit you with the worst favor of them all, an invitation to my next improv show. And that goes for you too, Guillermo.
Okay, great, yes.
Guillermo, what are you gonna miss most about me?
Oh, everything. You're nice, sweet, you're beautiful, you have a good heart.
Oh, thank you, Guillermo. I gotta say, it's a little weird to see you in clothes.
I know, right?
Last night on the show, I had Guillermo do his first ever striptease. It was muy caliente. Yes. Started a trend here in LA.
On the move, video now going viral out of Van Nuys, taken just a few seconds after a two-vehicle crash at the intersection of Victory and Kester. The viral video showing the driver of a blue pickup exiting the cab of his wrecked truck wearing no pants. The naked man just walks away from the crash scene as several eyewitnesses look on. The man eventually drops the clothes he's carrying into the streets and then just keeps on walking down the road.
Yep. Ooh, yeah. That man is currently wanted by me. Speaking of naked, Papa John's is stripping the toppings off their pizza for a weird new dish. They're calling it Papa Bowls, which are just loose pizza toppings and cheese, no crust. Finally, diarrhea with no carbs. These are perfect for people who love pizza but wish eating it made them feel like a feral raccoon. The bowls are currently available to any Papa John's loyalty member. Is there a sadder phrase in the English language than Papa John's loyalty member? And yet, somehow, some way, I want in. Oh, I love pizza, and I'm loyal as hell. What's the initiation process here? Do I write an essay about how pepperoni has inspired me? Because it has. Is there a hazing where they spank me with those big paddles that they take the pizzas out with? Because I can handle it.